Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming the new president of the Denver Jewish Chamber.
I haven't done anything yet.
Okay, we'll see.
So thank you so much, Larry. So good evening, and again, thank you for being here. And thank you for that warm round of applause. But before I get started, I really need to acknowledge, I know it's been done, but I can do it again, three great people. If it was not for their vision, hard work, and dedication, we would not be here tonight enjoying this amazing evening together. And of course, that's just to work. It's all this IT thing, right? Seth Parrottson, Carol DeCopus at the insurance firm. Please stand up. So tonight I want to start with just a few questions to consider. Why are you here? Why did you join the Denver Jewish Chamber of Commerce, or why are you considering joining? I did some research, and it turns out that all chambers essentially do the same three things. Promote the business of the members, support the members and their interests, and connect the members within the business community. So, if everybody does the same three things, what makes the Jewish Chambers different, special, and worth investing your time and your money? I have thought about this last question quite a bit. But it turns out the answer was in our mission statement all along. The Denver Jewish Chamber of Commerce is founded and based on Jewish values. But what does it mean to be founded on Jewish values? I would like you to consider that the core value of our chamber is the same core value of Judaism itself. V'ahavta l'recha kamocha, love your neighbor as yourself. Many people have told the following story of Beit Hillel and Beit Shammai. I've told the story quite a few times myself. Hillel and Shammai were two of the leading Jewish scholars right around the last century BCE and into the first century of the Common Era. The story goes that when a potential convert approached Shammai and told him, "I will become a Jew only if you can explain Judaism to me while standing on one foot." Shammai called the man a fool for making such an outrageous claim and chased him out of his school with a ruler. The man turned to Hillel, said the same thing, "Teach me everything about Judaism while standing on one foot." Hillel calmly stepped in front of the man, stood on one foot, said, "Love thy neighbor as thyself. The rest is commentary. Go and study." In other words, love each other. Put others before yourself. Dedicate yourself to doing this effectively, and you are fulfilling the primary purpose God put us here to do. So, what does this mean for the Denver Jewish Chamber? This means that when you are doing business with the Denver Jewish Chamber of Commerce, you are ultimately serving others at a very deep level. When we choose where to spend our time and our money, many of us do a cost-benefit analysis. However, if you measure only how much you gain and not what impact you are making on others, you may be in the wrong group. When one leads with the core value of loving others as yourself, one must conduct business in an entirely different way. You must first seek to serve, and from that service, you benefit and grow. Now, let's revisit the three things successful chambers accomplish. Number one, promote the business of the members. In order to promote your business, you need to get the word out. You need platforms, social media, relationships, raving fans, etc. When your business is associated with the Denver Jewish Chamber, whether that be a 30-second commercial, a presentation at a breakfast or a lunch meeting, a sponsorship at an event, or a referral or endorsement from a fellow member, this exposure takes on a deeper meaning. Knowing that the person who is delivering the referral shares the same core values of you is priceless. We regularly ask folks why they join and stay in the chamber. The number one answer, in addition to the business connections they've made, is, I feel comfortable with the folks I meet right away. We all know that you are more likely to do business with somebody that you know, like, and trust. And typically it takes months, even years, to develop that level of rapport. Story after story has shown me that this type of connection already exists between members of the Jewish Chamber of Commerce compared to other venues. Consider the value in that. Number two, support the members and their interests. Our sages discussed 3 questions God will ask us after we die and when we are preparing for the world to come. Now, believe it or not, the following questions are not on the list. What did you have for breakfast? How much money did you give to charity? How often did you pray? And despite lobbying from many, many Jewish mothers, when was the last time you called your mother? Not on the list. Now here's some questions that did make the list. Number 3. Did you long for and work towards the coming of the Messiah and the perfection of this world? That's a pretty good question, if you ask me. The second question is, did you schedule a fixed time to learn Torah? So by the way, if anyone here wants help with this one, I know some rabbis looking for students, I'll hook you up. The number one question God asks, did you conduct your business affairs in an honest and ethical manner? Pretty cool, don't you think? This is how seriously the Jewish faith looks at commerce, and the Denver Jewish Chamber is no exception. Our association with other organizations like the JCRC, the Jewish Colorado, Shalom Denver, many we've mentioned, B'nai B'rith for sure, demonstrates our commitment to the ongoing ethical practice of business in our community. But at the end of the day, we don't need outside groups telling us the importance of ethical business practice. Every man and woman in this chamber knows what is more important and valuable than any amount of money. And that is a good name and a strong reputation. Number 3, connect the members within the business community. I think most of us will agree that this is what our chamber does best. Our networking breakfasts and lunches are packed. We have many successful happy hours and mixers throughout the year. We hear testimonial after testimonial demonstrating the power of the connections that are made on a daily basis. You have heard many of those testimonials already tonight. But please allow me to share one that particularly touched me and my family. As many of you know, my mother has been struggling with her health for many years. She would routinely lack focus, lack energy, and in some extreme cases, not be able to be woken up at all. When my father took her to the doctors in the ER, they would find a urinary tract infection or a UTI. Blame her state on this, send them home with antibiotics. This went on for over a year. Then, my father met Dr. Jeremy Reese with Foothills Urology at a Jewish chamber breakfast. Dr. Reese shared a new medication to treat her condition without antibiotics. I'm thrilled to tell you that my mother's bladder has been infection-free ever since. One chance interaction at a chamber breakfast meeting, and I have my mom. So yes, we are good at connecting our members. Very good at connecting our members. But we can do better. We can grow into a chamber that welcomes and benefits businesses of all sizes and industries. Through our Star of David program, we provide free membership to places Jews go to pray. Now, it should be noted here that this currently doesn't extend to Coors Field or Bronco Stadium. Our goal is to interconnect all of these institutions so that when a congregant is looking for a job, wants to promote a new or existing business, or just needs help from a fellow Jew, they will not be limited to requesting help from their own place of worship. The Denver Jewish Chamber of Commerce will provide that support. We will also create a new partnership with the Israel Colorado Innovation Fund. This is an organization that brings Israeli startups right here to Colorado to grow and thrive. The Denver Jewish Chamber will help spread awareness for this organization, and the Israeli businesses that come here will have access to the full resources of the Jewish Chamber. We are starting a podcast called Jews Mean Business. This will be a monthly show that will feature an interview, a local machar, a rabbi's business ethics tip of the month, and some local Jewish business news. We will provide mentorship programs for business professionals who are just starting out, and offer an opportunity for senior members of the community to share their years of experience and wisdom. What I've learned about love your neighbor as yourself from the rabbis that I've studied with is that it's not about me. The Denver Jewish Chamber is not about me. It's not about the board or any one member. It's about all of us, connecting, learning, and sharing. The Jewish Chamber of Commerce is all about business, and it is all about love. Thank you. Now let's get to work.